Hello everyone, how you doing? Welcome back. I hope you're all doing really well and you've had a fantastic week this week. I'm Lindsay, your host of the Heavy Metal Journal and writer for the Moshville Times, and today I am back with New Metal Monday, where I talk about my favourite new releases of the week. And today I have 5 brand new albums that I want to talk about. Now really I should have more than 5 albums to talk about this week, but I didn't have a lot of time over the weekend because I was travelling. On Saturday, I went down to Newcastle, which is about 3 hours away from me, to see Paradise Lost, Mesa, and High Parasite live. Absolutely phenomenal gig. Definitely check all 3 of those bands out if you haven't already done so. They were amazing live. I then drove another 3 hours back up to Scotland, got home at about 2:30 yesterday morning, and completely crashed out just to get up, get myself sorted, and head through to Glasgow to see Great American Ghost, After the Burial, and Bleed From Within last night. And that show was phenomenal. I absolutely loved everything about that. I am broken. I am so tired. I am incredibly dead, but it was so worth it. But a consequence of that is I only have 5 albums to talk about. Anyway, I've rambled on about the excuses of not having more than 5 albums for you guys this week, so let's jump straight into these. Okay, so the very first album that I have on today's list, of course, is Testament with Parabellum. And this is the 14th studio album from the thrash metal band from the US. Now these guys are Bay Area thrash metal legends for an absolute reason. This album is phenomenal. Riffs are flying all over the place on this album. It's full of catchy hooks, a thunderous presence, and fiery attitude. But what I really liked about this album is they've opened it with a death metal style track, which is heavy, and that really grabbed my attention. But aside from that surprising opener, this album is incredibly diverse. So you have your fast-paced, ferocious tracks, you've got your mid-tempo groove stomps, classic thrash metal, and you've got a slower track which is incredibly well placed. This album has a sharp edge to it, it's completely unrelenting, and it just goes to show that these guys know exactly what they're doing. Even 40 years into their career, with 14 albums under their belts, they are still producing fantastic thrash metal. So if you are a fan of the likes of Exodus, Overkill, or Annihilator, this one is definitely for you, but I absolutely loved this album. I can be quite fussy when it comes to my thrash metal, but this one really grabbed my attention and it held it. It held my attention the entire time I was listening to it, and I absolutely loved it. Definitely check this one out. Okay, so next up on today's list, I have Sanguisugabogg with Hideous Aftermath, and I got that the first time, and I'm very, very excited that I actually been able to pronounce that properly, because the last time I had them on this channel, I could not pronounce that name properly at all. I'm not doing it again. That was a win, and I'm taking it. And this is the 3rd studio album from the US-based death metal band. I can't pronounce anything, okay, and I get mocked relentlessly for it in my private life, so the fact that I've managed to pronounce this band name properly on the first take, I'm taking that as a win, okay? Anyway, this album is full of ridiculous riffs. They are everywhere, there's millions of them. This album is just a complete riff fest. This album is going to completely pummel you into submission over and over again. It's completely unrelenting, but it has that foundation of incredibly heavy groove. This album is charging at you and it is not going to stop. It's sludgy, it's nasty, it's got really bassy breakdowns, demonic guttural growls and roars, and the blast beats in this are absolutely insane. If you like your really nasty, groove-laden, sludgy, mid-tempo stomp death metal that has a very, very heavy edge to it, this one is definitely for you. Plus it's full of special guest appearances from Cattle Decapitation, Full of Hell, and Peeling Flesh, plus a lot more. This is a really cool album. It's straight to the point, incredibly bassy, chugging, disgusting death metal. So if you are a fan of the likes of Dying Fetus, Undergang, or 200 Stab Wounds, this one is definitely for you. Definitely check this one out. This completely blew me away. Okay, so next up on today's list, and despite the fact I have managed to pronounce Sanguisugabogg properly, and I think I've just done it again, I'm not going to attempt the next band, or their album because I will completely butcher it. So I'm just going to put it here. And this is the debut album from the atmospheric post-black metal band from Berlin. Now, the fact that this is a debut album completely astounded me. This is savage, it's intense and heavy, but it is beautiful. So this album perfectly blends the raw brutality of black metal with dense melodics, haunting atmospheres and beautiful soundscapes. It really is a powerful fusion of different subgenres. It's bold, it's captivating, it's absolutely stunning, but it is so ridiculously heavy. You have your intense tremolo picking, you've got your detailed riffs, your intense blast beats, dense bass lines, but it's the vocal style that really grabbed my attention. Christine's vocals are harsh, they're rasping and venomous and so unbelievably powerful. These are absolutely fantastic black metal screams, but on occasion you do have the ethereal, clean, soaring vocals that come in that completely transform the sound and creates a fantastic contrast. Now, there's only 4 tracks on this album, but each track is just over 10 minutes long each, so this is a sprawling work of art. And again, the fact that this is just a debut album completely blew me away. So if you like your very dense, melodic black metal with a lot of atmosphere, such as Bloody Valkyria, Dwarrowdelve, or Moonlight Sorcery, this one is definitely for you, but definitely check it out. This is a fantastic debut and it completely blew me away. Plus that album artwork is absolutely stunning too. Do not sleep on this one. Okay, so next up I have Starer with Ancient Monuments and Modern Sadness. And this is the 4th studio album from the symphonic black metal band from the US. This album is majestic, it's opulent, it's incredibly heavy, and it has this massive presence about it. What really makes this album majestic is the heavy use of orchestration. There's a massive orchestra playing alongside the melodic black metal on this album. One element doesn't outshine the other. They're both blended incredibly well, weaving in and out to create an absolute cinematic soundscape. This is a fully immersive, completely and utterly captivating album that's gonna keep you hooked. It's equal parts beauty as well as equal parts brutally heavy. The black metal element in this album is stunning. It's incredibly intense and there's something very fiery about it. Excellent guitar tones, explosive riffs, blast beats that just seem to go on forever, slamming bass lines and blackened, rasping screams and growls. Plus you also have on occasion these monastic choir-like vocalizations that really adds to the atmosphere. So if you are a fan of the likes of Black Braid, Agaloch or Spectral Wound, this one is definitely for you. Definitely check this one out. I love my symphonic black metal. The more atmosphere and grandiosity, the better. And this one is no exception to that. Loved it. Okay, so last up on today's list, but certainly by no means least, I have Mørke with To Carry On. And this is the 4th studio album from the medieval black metal project from the US. Yes, this is another black metal project. It's a solo project and I love my solo projects. Now, this kind of style of black metal that incorporates medieval elements is often coined as castle metal, and the wee history nerd in me is all over that. I love my castle metal. What I really like about this album is it really focuses on the instrumentation. Yes, there are vocals and they are very rasping, venomous and quite echoing, but the focus is very much on the instrumentation and it is absolutely stunning. So if you're a fan of likes of Obsequies, Wield and Woe or Stormkeep, this one is definitely for you, plus that album artwork is absolutely stunning. I've said it before and I'll say it again, these solo projects that are coming out are absolutely fantastic and I love every single one of them that I've encountered so far. If you like your medieval black metal with a lot of melodics, a lot of depth and a lot of layers, but it's incredibly catchy, as well as it being incredibly heavy, this one is definitely for you. Fantastic solo project, definitely check this one out. And that's it for this week's New Metal Monday from a very dead, very sleepy, very broken host. Once again, comment down below to let me know what you think of today's records, and if you have any of your own recommendations, which you probably will because I missed a lot this week, definitely leave a comment and I will get them checked out. If you have Spotify, make sure to follow the Spotify playlist that I've got in the description box below, because I update that every single Monday when one of these videos goes live with all of the albums that I talk about. If you don't have Spotify though, make sure to check out the description box anyway, because I have included all of the band's Bandcamp links or their YouTube channels, just so you can find the music that I'm talking about as easily as possible. If you want to follow me on social media, please feel free to do so. All of my handles are in the description box below as well. Thank you all so much for your support. I really do appreciate you all. As always, I am going to go die in a corner after I've edited this video now, because I am so very broken, so very tired. It was worth it, but I'm getting too old for this. Thank you, and I will see you very soon in my next video.